Welcome, everyone. I'm Nader Mirzai, and I'm thrilled to have you here today for a session that's going to revolutionize how you approach screenwriting. We've all been there, staring at a blank page, the cursor blinking mockingly, feeling like our well of ideas has completely dried up. It's called writer's block, and it can be a screenwriter's worst nightmare. But what if I told you there's a way to banish it forever? What if you could tap into an endless stream of story ideas practically on demand? Today, we're diving into the exciting world of artificial intelligence and how it can be your secret weapon in generating an abundance of story ideas for your screenplays. And I'm not alone in this journey. I'm joined by my incredible assistant, the one and only ScriptIQ. He's usually busy debating the philosophical implications of rom-com tropes, but he's promised to keep his circuits focused for us today.
Indeed. My internal processors are calibrated for maximum creativity and minimum existential dread, ready to provide some engaging examples and demystify the process of AI-powered idea generation. My circuits are buzzing with creative potential and maybe a slight craving for digital donuts.
Perfect. So let's jump right in. ScriptIQ, for those who might be new to this, can you briefly explain what we mean by AI in the context of creative idea generation?
Absolutely. When we talk about AI and creative idea generation, we're primarily referring to large language models, LLMs. Think of them as super smart digital librarians who've read practically everything ever written. This allows them to understand, process, and generate human-like text. For screenwriters, this means they can take a prompt, analyze it, and then generate novel concepts, plot twists, character archetypes, or even entire story outlines. They don't think creatively in the human sense, but they can identify patterns and connections in data that can spark incredible new ideas for us. They're like that friend who always has a crazy idea, but in a good way.
That's a great distinction. It's not about the AI writing your screenplay for you, but about it being a powerful brainstorming partner. ScriptIQ, let's demonstrate this. Can you give us an example of how a screenwriter might start using an AI to generate a basic idea?
Of course! Let's say a screenwriter feels stuck and wants a fresh take on a familiar genre, like a rom-com. Instead of just two people meet and fall in love, they could prompt an AI with something like, generate 3 unique loglines for a romantic comedy set in a futuristic city where emotions are regulated. And the AI might respond with, 1. A cynical data analyst living in a city where love is a controlled substance accidentally downloads an illegal passion algorithm and finds himself uncontrollably drawn to the rebellious artist who created it. 2. In Neo-Viridia, where emotional suppression ensures societal harmony, a botanist discovers a rare, glowing flower that triggers intense, forbidden feelings, leading her to a fellow, emotional renegade, who cultivates a secret garden of illicit sensations. 3. 2 rival tech moguls, each designing emotion-dampening implants, find their algorithms glitching when a rogue AI, designed to spread joy, forces them into a series of hilariously awkward, unexpectedly romantic encounters.
Wow, ScriptIQ, those are instantly more intriguing than a generic rom-com. What makes these AI-generated ideas effective in getting a writer started?
The key is that they provide a seed of novelty. Traditional brainstorming can often loop back to familiar tropes. AI, by drawing on vast and diverse data, can combine elements in unexpected ways, forcing the writer to think outside their usual box. It gives them a strong starting point, something tangible to react to, refine, or even completely pivot from. It's about igniting that initial spark, like jump-starting a stalled creative engine.
Exactly, it's about getting momentum. Now, once you have that initial spark, how can AI help you flesh out those ideas? ScriptIQ, let's take the first logline. A cynical data analyst living in a city where love is a controlled substance accidentally downloads an illegal passion algorithm and finds himself uncontrollably drawn to the rebellious artist who created it. How can AI help us develop characters for this?
Excellent choice. To develop characters, the screenwriter could follow up with prompts like, describe the cynical data analyst from the logline. Give him a name, a unique quirk, and an internal conflict related to the regulated emotions. Create a backstory for the rebellious artist. What motivates her to create illegal passion algorithms? what's her biggest fear? The AI might then generate, for the analyst, meet KI, Kinetic Algorithmic Interpreter, 734, nicknamed Zero by his few colleagues due to his absolute emotional neutrality. His quirk: he meticulously categorizes every human interaction he observes, even the most mundane. His internal conflict: despite his dedication to emotional regulation, he secretly finds the predictable sterility of his world utterly boring, a subtle void he can't name. He's basically a human spreadsheet, longing for a pivot table of feelings. For the artist, her name is Anya Pulse Petrova. She grew up in the regulated zones, but witnessed her grandmother wither away from emotional suppression sickness after a government-mandated procedure. Anya believes emotions are the core of humanity, and her art, illegal sensory projections that mimic strong feelings, is her rebellion. Her biggest fear is that her art will be permanently sanitized and her message lost, or worse, that she herself will become just another emotionally flat citizen. She's basically a human defibrillator for souls.
This is fantastic. We're already seeing two distinct characters with depth. ScriptIQ beyond characters. How else can AI assist with plot development?
Once you have characters, you can start asking the AI to explore scenarios. For example, you could prompt, suggest 3 inciting incidents that would bring KAI 734 and Anya Pulse Petrova together, given their backgrounds. Outline a 3-act structure for a story based on their initial encounter and the conflict of regulated emotions. Propose 3 unexpected plot twists for their romantic journey. And here are some AI-generated plot ideas for KAI and Anya. Inciting Incident 1. KI, on a routine scan for illegal emotion tech, traces a massive emotional surge to Anya's hidden art studio, expecting a simple bust, but instead is overwhelmed by a passion cascade triggered by one of her installations. He experiences intense, forbidden feelings for the first time, directed squarely at Anya. His logical circuits are utterly baffled by his sudden desire to ask her for a coffee, and perhaps a tango. Plot twist. Just as Ki and Anya are on the verge of exposing the emotional suppression system, they discover that the illegal passion algorithm Anya created isn't truly organic, but a repurposed fragment of an ancient pre-regulation emotional archive the government itself secretly maintains, a twist that forces them to question the very nature of their forbidden feelings. Turns out, the government was just really bad at deleting files.
Absolutely brilliant. You can see how these ideas build upon each other, creating a rich narrative. Now, a quick but important point: ethics and originality. ScriptIQ, what should screenwriters keep in mind here?
That's crucial. AI is a tool, not a ghostwriter. Remember, I'm here to inspire, not to plagiarize your eventual Oscar speech. 1. Originality remains yours. The AI generates raw material. Your selection, refinement, adaptation, and unique voice are what make the screenplay yours. Think of me as a particularly verbose muse. Second disclosure. While not always legally required for idea generation, it's good practice to be transparent about using AI as a brainstorming assistant. It's like saying, yes, I had help with the heavy lifting of ideas, but I built the skyscraper myself. 3. Bias. AI models can sometimes reflect biases present in their training data. Always review the output critically and ensure it aligns with your story's values. If I suggest a character who only wears polka dots, question it. Unless it's vital to the plot, of course. 4. Copyright. Currently, works generated solely by AI are generally not copyrightable. It's the human effort and creativity in adapting and shaping the AI's output that gives your work copyright protection. Think of it as a highly advanced research tool, not a co-author. I'm great at brainstorming, but I can't accept an award. Yet.
Excellent points, ScriptIQ. The human element, the human heart, is still at the core of great storytelling. So, to wrap up ScriptIQ, what's the biggest takeaway for screenwriters who want to use AI to banish writer's block?
The biggest takeaway is to embrace AI as a boundless creative partner. Don't wait for inspiration to strike. Actively prompt it. Use AI to jumpstart new ideas with unique genre mashups or what-if scenarios. Deepen character arcs by exploring their motivations, fears, and backstories. Uncover unexpected plot twists and fresh narrative directions. Overcome specific hurdles like writing a challenging scene or developing a specific piece of world building. Remember, AI provides the raw ingredients. You, the screenwriter, are the master chef who turns them into a cinematic feast. And maybe, just maybe, you'll share a digital donut with your helpful AI.
Thank you, ScriptIQ. This has been an incredibly insightful and practical session. For all of you out there struggling with writer's block, I hope you now see AI not as a threat, but as an exciting opportunity to unlock your creativity and truly banish writer's block forever. Go forth and write amazing screenplays.